first reaction is it's quite shocking, that it takes it from something being a little abstract that happens to other people to actually being much more tangible and real, and to be able to see those people and the people that are affected by it. Yeah, it is a very powerful thing to see.
The youngest, obviously, in that room was Rebecca, but as was said here the other day by one of the other traveller women, the youngest traveller that attempted suicide was 8 years of age. The youngest that actually succeeded was 11.
It's very hard when you move through a space like this. This work is really very beautiful here that we sit amongst, because it's about presence and absence. It's about people who have been with us and who are no longer with us. And I think it's an extraordinary project that it brings families to us in such close proximity.
My brother died by suicide, and my family are part of the research, you know. And like you said, every time I engage with it, I feel sad, you know, I feel emotional. Spontaneous tears just come every time, for my brother and for all the other people.
Here I felt particularly going through 21 grams, and what particularly caught me was, like we see the strands blowing at the moment, but when you walk in they actually cling to you. Mm-hmm. And to me it's like saying, well, you cannot but be touched by this, and it is touching, it is very definitely.
It's really, really hard not to be personally affected by it, and then, like everybody is saying, what's important is the structure that's around it, so that rather than encounter something and go away and feel vulnerable or powerless, there is a sense of empowerment, hopefully, that will emerge from creating this space for people to come together.
Translating what is a flat piece of data to the reader into a three-dimensional experience for the rest of us. What's happened here is that Seamus and his colleagues have placed these lives lived in three-dimensional space, and why should we be surprised that all of a sudden we're affected in a human, holistic way by that? Because we walk in amongst it, it touches it, we feel it, we can embrace it.
I think you'll probably understand that I've seen the work in different iterations on several occasions. This is probably one of the most moving because of the way the pieces are represented in a more immediately intimate setting. There's no critical distance between you, obviously in this piece, formed as Seamus said, by the wheel, the circle. So you're enveloped, you can't just walk through, you're enveloped, yes? And then the idea of walking. So the time you take is the time you take to deal with the work as well as the next passage of the work.
The more I look into it, I become very, very sad, because I try to see that somebody was inside this shirt, somebody was inside that dress.
Then when you think of the tapestries, and I think that effect when you just look at the line of 14 years, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 20, 20, 20, 20. And it brings home the reality of the statistics.
Exhibition is done in a very, very kind of moving way, but I think overall, looking at it and knowing exactly, like, this room gets to me now an awful lot. Yeah. But what hit me the most was actually at the start the videos got me of looking at the families. But coming here yesterday and seeing people actually opening up and talking about somebody that they knew, I find that it does need to be done, but I find it very, very sad.
I think as somebody who works in the area, sometimes we have to have coping mechanisms and not expose ourselves constantly to this area, and I think what this does is it challenges us, it makes us think